A very good day to our beloved Professor Hussein Al-Qaid. I am Lingeshwar Soundarajan hereby along with my group members from Group 6 would like to present the Energy Conversion main project of May 2020 semester entitled the series on boiler component. The boiler component that have been assigned to us is the evaporator. Now I would like to move on to the introduction on the evaporator that can be found in boiler or steam generator. Basically, the evaporator used to separate material based on the difference in their boiling temperatures, and the steam heat is used for transfer of heat for subsequent vessels. Evaporator also used to at high pressure to generate electric power, meanwhile the low pressure steam used for heating process. It also turns the liquid form of a chemical substance such as water into gaseous form or vapor where the liquid is evaporated or vaporized into gas. Moving on to the operating design of the evaporator. The basic components of this process consist of heat exchanger, vacuum, vapor separator and condenser. The heat exchanger is enclosed in a large chamber and transfer heat from the heating medium, usually low pressure steam, to the product usually via indirect contact surface. The vacuum keeps the product temperature low and the temperature difference high. The vapor separator removes entrained solids from the vapors, channeling solids back to the heat exchanger and the vapors out to the condenser. It is sometimes a part of the actual heat exchanger, especially in older vacuum fan, but more likely a separator unit in new installations. The condenser condenses the vapors from inside the heat exchanger and may act as the vacuum source. Evaporators are designed to give maximum heat transfer to the liquid with the largest possible area and a suitable temperature gradient. When the heat applied in the solution, the motion of the molecules increase and the molecules present in the surface, and it will overcome the surface tension of the liquid and evaporates as the surface molecule have less cohesive force than others.
Good day, sir. My name is Sri Venkateshwara. I would like to talk about the types of evaporator. There are three types of evaporator known as the natural circulation evaporator, ranging from evaporating pans, evaporating stills, and short tube evaporator. As you can see, this is the diagram of the natural circulation evaporator. Then there is the forced circulation evaporator. Then this is the picture of the forced circulation evaporator, and then followed by the film evaporator, which is ranged from wide film evaporator and also long tube evaporator, which is ranged from climbing film evaporator and also the falling film evaporator. Next, I will be talking about the natural circulation evaporator's working principle. As you can see, sir, the liquid moves from the convection current into heating process. The convection current is when the heat moves from to a gas or liquid, then the hot part rises and the cold part sinks. Then I will be talking about the evaporator pan, which is whereby a liquid extracted containing water evaporated in a pan. Then the evaporator still is also a jacketed evaporating pan with a cylindrical cover. Both of these have the same working principle whereby dilute solution is placed, then the steam is inserted to heat the pan. Liquid moves from convection current from heating process and concentrated liquid is collected at the bottom. Short tube evaporator is a type of cylindrical vessel made up of assembly called a calandria. The liquor is heated by steam and boils. The mixture will then shoot up to the tubes. The product will be collected in the bottom. As you can see, this the images of the evaporating pan, evaporating still, and short tube evaporator. Next part, I would like to talk about the advantages of the evaporating pan. There is two. The first one is that it's simple and easy and also cheap to construct. The second one is that it's easy to use and clean. For evaporating steels, it's easy to clean and maintain. The second one is it's flexible to allow other solvents to be used. The third one is the short tube evaporator. The usage of calandria increases the heating area, and the second one is the rate of heat transfer also increases. But there is also the disadvantages of using this. The first disadvantages of evaporating pan is that too much of heating will lead to decomposition of component. The second one is that a rapid formation of evaporating surface decreases evaporation. For evaporating steel, the liquor is heated all the time and also the heating surface is limited. For short tube, the liquor is heated for a very long time, and the second one is that it's a complicated design, thus it's difficult for cleaning and maintenance.
I'm Ranjiv and I'll be presenting about film evaporator and forced circulation evaporator. I will start off with film evaporator. Basically, film evaporator spread the material as film over the heated surface and the vapor escapes the film. Under film evaporator, there are many types such as wiped film evaporator, climbing film evaporator, and falling film evaporator. Wiped film evaporator has a wiping system that speeds up the evaporation process by keeping the product film turbulent so that the heat transfer and mass transfer are optimized. The working principle of wide film evaporator is that liquor is spread as a film over heated wall by rotor. Moving on to the climbing film evaporator, it is designed to produce a film during both the climbing and falling phases. At the upper end, the mixture of vapor and concentrated liquor enters a separator. Sufficient vapor will form whereby small bubble will form bigger bubble, trapping the slug of liquid escaping up the tube. Next is the falling film evaporator. The liquid product or liquid usually enters the top of the evaporator through gravity. The liquid enters the heating tube and forms a thin film on the tube wall where it flows downwards at boiling temperature and is partially evaporated. The advantages of using wiped film evaporator, climbing film evaporator and falling film evaporator is that the method is useful to obtain good heat transfer, especially with liquid that are too viscous to be processed in units. The disadvantage are instability of the film, expense to manufacture and install the instrument is high, and finally it is difficult to clean and maintain. The images below shows what a wiped film evaporator, climbing film evaporator and short tube evaporator looks like. Now I will be explaining about forced circulation evaporator. In a forced circulation evaporator, liquor is pumped from the bottom cone of the vapor body through the tubes of the heat exchanger where heat is added and back into the vapor body where evaporation occurs. Pump will force liquid through calandria while steam heats the liquid inside. After liquid enters the evaporator, the pressure drops and vapor flashes off from superheated vapor. The image below shows what a forced circulation evaporator looks like. The advantages of using forced circulation evaporator are rapid liquid movement, improving heat transfer with viscous liquids, suitable for operation under reduced pressure as can overcome viscosity of liquid, and possesses rapid evaporation rate. The disadvantages are corrosion can occur due to high circulation velocities, and finally salt deposits detach and accumulate at the bottom.
Here are the common industrial evaporators. For example, the rising film evaporators, forced circulation evaporators, agitated thin film evaporators, and lastly, scrap surface evaporators. That's all from us. Thank you.